A very important question to answer today is, what can I bring to ISF that I believe that no other candidate can bring to ISF? I'm going to simplify it in 3 different forms. And yes, I will answer the question that many have asked me about the 10 million euros that I plan to bring to ISF. I believe that this amount is very critical, it's very important, but let me keep it to the end, and I start with the first answer, which is leadership. I believe that ISF in the next phase, or in this very critical phase, require a leader that is dedicated full-time to ISF, someone with a history. And with my 18 years in the military, as well as leading very important positions in foreign assignments as a diplomat, as well as also being able to have the proper connections and picking up the phone and calling world leaders without any mediators, is something that I believe that will help ISF a lot, because connections, relationships internationally are extremely important, whether it's with Europe, Asia, Africa, or even far beyond in the Americas. I believe that having a strong leader that understands how to deal with friends, how to deal with people who are actually in a relationship with ISF through institutions that we don't have a personal relationship with, is something very important. Why am I saying this specific point? One of my friends, actually, who is a member in ISF, informed me that they will select me, or they will elect me for this position because I am a friend. And that actually was not what I was looking for. I don't want to be elected because I'm a friend. I want to be elected because you believe that I have the proper characteristics and competency to actually be the ISF president. The problem with friendship is that it takes you to issues and to problems when there is some sort of a violation to a regulation, for example, because we cannot deal with friends the same way as we deal professionally with colleagues. With friends, sometimes when there is a regulation that has been violated, maybe if there is a conflict of interest, maybe if there is a actual bylaw that was missed in terms of the processes, maybe some numbers are not calculated correctly. When they are our friends, we tend to overlook that, and this is very important. That's why my advice to myself first and to you all is not to select based on friendship. We need to keep friendship aside. We need to be professionals and make sure that our selection is based on competency, and it's based on what you believe is the right person for the job. Selecting based on friendship, according to my experience, has never actually resulted in something worthwhile in the hard times. In the good times, it works beautiful, but in the hard times, it's very problematic. That's the first point, which is the character that you need to actually stand firm, representing ISF at the highest levels, and making sure that friendship does not stand in the way of actually doing the right thing. Second is my experience with regards to the internal operations, restructuring and fixing and change management, creativity and innovation management in organizations, whether it's international or local. My experience, this is actually my bread and butter. This is actually something that I've been working on for many, many years. This is what I do for a living, which is process re-engineering, making sure that the internal administrative, financial, operational bylaws are actually up to terms, making sure that the international standards are the minimum that we do, not something that we actually benchmark to reach, but to actually use them as a foundation, but to improve much more than the international bylaws. And this is what I believe is something that I can give more than anyone else, because I do this professionally. I have the proper academic background to do it. I've published work on this, and I've done many restructuring that ended up really maximizing the outcome and making more efficient the internal processes when it comes to process re-engineering, or when it comes to actually creating those institutions that ensure that the operations, the internal operations, are as efficient as possible. And third, I want to get to it, and I've been speaking about it closely with friends, but yes, I've been working with a few companies. I've been meeting some companies. I'll have the links below so you can look at who I've been speaking to. One company that has worked with IOC and also have worked with Olympic sports as well. And I'm trying to get closer to see exactly how we can make things better for our children, make things better for various members in ISF who aren't able to have the proper funding for the local and also to participate in ISF events. I'm trying to tap into various programs, whether it's with IOC or others. And these are the projects in the pipeline that I've been speaking to some of the companies, and I'm about to sign with a company to actually guide us through this process. It's worth a lot of money, but I will handle it. And it's part of the in-kind and cash 10 million euros that I plan to bring to ISF. In addition to that, I'm happy to say that I've already sent an official letter to ISF to start negotiating on 2026 Gymnasiade to be in Bahrain. Again, in 2024, we've had a lot of fun. There are so many amazing things that we have done to build on, and so many things that we can improve, that we will do that. And I've been negotiating with other friends as well to have the 2028 ISF in this region. As I told you before, this is the region for the best world sport events, and we are going to do this and make things even better for you. I believe that the next Gymnasiade is going to be hopefully as cost effective as possible for you all. We promise you that you will definitely enjoy it this time. It's not going to be as costly. That's a real promise to you all. In addition to that, I've been speaking to a company, a professional company called Invest Corp, and you can see the link below. It's based here in Bahrain. They're worth billions of dollars. And what they do is they invest assets. They have investment in whether it's financial investment, whether it's real estate investment. And what I plan to do within the 10 million euros is to purchase assets for ISF so that we can have recurring revenue. We can have something that is more sustainable for ISF. We don't want to take money and spend it immediately. What we want to do is to actually help out paying all the loans in ISF, help out increasing the wages, help out also create a sustainable financial income. So within the 10 million euro that I plan to bring, a lot of it is going to go to purchasing assets, whether again it's financial or not. And our advisors are going to tell us, but the relationship between me and the selected company that will help ISF is not going to be direct. It's going to be through a professional committee in ISF. This is why I'm going to recommend increasing EC members, but specifically to increase EC members with a proper financial background so that we can have that specific committee overseeing the investments for ISF that we will bring forward, that I'm going to bring forward some in-kind and cash to help out ISF. Everything is going to be worth not less than 10 million. And 10 million euros is actually just the beginning. This is something that I believe is going to take us to the next level. We cannot just talk about fixing. We need to actually speak about what exactly we are going to do with regards to and how we're going to do it. This is why I'm going through the details in this video to tell you exactly the number that I plan to bring initially to ISF to pay all the loans, start working with the investment committee that we will have in ISF, to have all the committees very operational, and also to sign up for 2026 Gymnasiade in Bahrain that will be more cost effective to you all. This is under negotiations now. I've already spoken to ISF about this, and as well as we plan to do is to purchase assets in different assets, whether it's purchasing bonds, whether it's purchasing real estate. This is something that I believe the committee should do. I'm not going to do it by myself, because if we believe in democracy, then I need to be the best salesperson. Actually, this is a promise to you all. I will be the best salesperson because I need to sell the idea to ISF Executive Committee, to ISF Management Committee, to ISF General Assembly members, I need to sell the idea really aggressively to you all so that you can accept it and buy it. And once you've purchased the idea and the concept of how to move forward, that's how I believe we need to move forward, with consensus, with approval from you all, with transparency. And I believe this is the type of leader that ISF needs at this moment. A leader that sells the idea to ISF before actually going and operating on this idea. A leader that understands what it takes to actually hold people accountable and to help ISF, not just with management, but also with cash. God has blessed every country in this world with something very unique. Every one of you has something to give to ISF. Whether it's in Asia or Africa, whether it's in Europe or the Americas, if God has blessed the Middle East, or here specifically in this Gulf, with oil or with cash, what do we need to do? We need to dedicate some of it to the world, to the children. Actually, this is the best type of investment that we can do. So if we can bring that forward, and something that I can happily say that it is confirmed and it is done, and the minimum is going to be in kind and cash of 10 million euros immediately once we begin working as an ISF president, then I believe that things will always be progressive. We will always have something to be thankful for, and we will never, ever again have any financial problems moving in the future. This is what I bring, those 3 points, and I believe that no other person can bring what I'm going to bring to the table. No other person can lead ISF in this critical manner the way I will, because with experience and with the financial support, I think that this actually at this moment, this is what ISF needs. Thank you very much.